Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Questionable Perspective Podcast. I'm your host, FGC Chris, here with my friend, Mr. Jeshua. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, Mr. Chris. How are you?
Doing well. Getting into the holiday seasons, and it's getting
Oh,
kind of rough on both of us.
oh yes, Turkey Day is almost upon us. And if I ever have to hear anybody want to argue about prices of turkeys and everything else, I'll lose my marbles.
And look, we don't set the prices. The price is what it is.
Pretty much, pretty much. But then we'll have to get ready for Christmas as soon as next week is over with. And then New Year's, the crazy drunks. But oh my goodness, we'll
About
deal with
that,
that as
it's
they
gonna be
come.
good. Well, yeah, I'm about to say a lot of alcohol. It's
All
not as
the
bad for us during that time. That's more like the beer guys, the beer vendors.
all the champagne we got to sell and all that.
Mhm. But we got some interesting topics for you guys today because a lot of big news have been dropping in the anime industry as of recently.
Well,
Well, I'll say what you want. I'll go ahead.
I was gonna say, I'd probably say in the tech field too, depending on how you look at it, because the first thing we want to bring up is going to be about Cloudflare. For y'all that don't know, Cloudflare is a server-based system that helps protect against bots and many other things. But it went down about 3 days ago, and it took down a lot of things, even down Detector itself. Cloudflare, along with like Amazon Web Servers, they're some of the main pillars of the internet, basically. I mean, you had Twitter, Cloudflare, and just
Amazon.
everything. Yeah, pretty much just everything that would be considered viable necessities, technically, just all went down. And this was no a denial of service attack or a hack. It was some internal issues they had. Now, what exactly it was, they never said. And I didn't look too far into it since it wasn't a major hack or DDoS. But what was funny is I almost want to say within the same 24 hours, we saw this pop up. Japanese court orders Cloudflare to pay damages to manga publishers facilitating illegal piracy sites. It's pretty much anywhere if you had you partake in watching anime or reading mangas, you're not able to buy. And this is mainly like fan translations and all that. Well, those went down as well. I didn't even know this was in effect, but apparent. Let's see here. The Tokyo Court District handed down a ruling in a lawsuit where four major manga publishers sought roughly around 5 million, 3.2 million USD in damages from Cloudflare, arguing the US company illegally contributed to the distribution of manga piracy sites. So this is mainly dealing with manga piracy. Okay. On November 19th, the court accepted the publisher's claims of copyright infringement and ordered Cloudflare to pay the full amount as reported by Ashi Shimbun. The lawsuit was filed back in 2022. Oh, okay. So,
Okay, this has been an ongoing fight.
oh, this, okay. Sueisha Kadokawa Kadoto
Kadancha.
Kadoto Kadocho-chan?
It's Kadancha.
Kadancha? Okay. I take your word for it. As much as, and then Shogakan.
Now that one I've never recognized that one.
I'm not familiar with that one. Shueisha and Kodowa, I do know right off the top of my head. But anyways, these four companies alleged the pirated versions of hit mangas like Attack on Titan, One Piece, have been distributed using Cloudflare services. I mean, piracy's been going on since like the dawn of the internet, so good luck stopping it, I guess. what was it? Gabe
Mm,
himself, the owner of Steam, is like piracy is reason piracy happens is because there's a lack of good services, basically.
yeah,
And
but this definitely does deal a blow towards it because if I'm an internet service not a provider, but Cloudflare, like a hosting service, there's no way I'm gonna allow you on to host anything for you and run the risk of maybe having to pay out millions of dollars in damages.
that's not the worst I've seen in a lawsuit like this. Honestly, this is like a fine, which is weird. But I mean, considering, I mean, how much money Cloudflare might make in a year revenue wise, but anyways, they claimed that between 2020 and December of 2021, roughly 70 million to 2 billion chapters per month were viewed illegally, causing enormous loss. And that's fair. That's fair to say. But then again, I mean, it's I don't know why anybody was reading Attack on Titan, considering that how that debacle of the series went.
How mid it is.
While Cloudflare obviously doesn't run piracy sites itself, the plaintiffs argued that it assisted illegal activity by facilitating the distribution of sites hosting pirated manga. It provides in a content delivery network service that copies, uh, catches, data sent, caches, excuse me. I don't know why I almost say cashew. Oh, good Lord. Data sent from the original site server and delivers it from a server close to the user. This helped reduce traffic and made it easier for users in Japan to access overseas piracy sites. So wait a minute. Users in Japan. Wait a minute, hold on. Hold on a minute. Let me reread that. Data sent from the original site server and delivers it from a server close to the user. This helped reduce traffic and made it easier for users in Japan to access overseas piracy sites. So this is reversed. That's very
Yeah,
strange. It sounds reversed.
yeah, it's like the Japanese are using our piracy sites to basically pirate manga over there in their own home country.
They might be. Huh. Learn something new every day. Anyways, the publisher argued that Cloudflare bore liability because it continued providing its services even after being notified that the sites in question were infringing copyrights. Cloudflare countered that it was just passively transmitting data, shifting responsibility to the actual sender owners of the piracy website. According to Japanese media, what Cloudflare did, copying copyrighted works for the purpose of improving transmission, is not generally considered illegal, but the exception is when the act unfairly harms the interest of copyright holder. After more than a 3.5 year legal proceedings, the Tokyo District Court seems to have ruled that Cloudflare case falls under this exception. Huh. Okay. That is intriguing. So the exception is when copying copyrighted works for the purpose of improving transmission. That's very odd. And again, I am no legal expert, so this is one of those things I'm not familiar with. But very interesting that this has happened.
Yeah, we need to get what's his name? The guy that's over in Korea. Why can I think of his name? It just slipped my mind. Yeah, the law tuber. he did the a lot of
Oh,
stuff.
Legal
He
Mindset.
li- yeah, legal mindset.
Yeah, he might go over this. We'll see. I'll keep an eye out and see if he goes over this. It's very interesting. And oh, by the way, the article is from forgive me if I don't pronounce this correctly. It's Automation Media, and the person that did the article was a Amber B. She grew up playing Duke Nukem and Wolfenstein with her dad, and is now admired with obscure Japanese video games and the internet culture. Currently devoted to growing automation west to the size of the Japanese sister site. Oh, okay, it's interesting. While making
Well,
sure
she
to keep.
has almost 1,200 articles.
Yep. Actually, let's check out and see what some. Oh, okay. She did one on GQuacks. Oh, wow. Definitely something I'll have to look into some of her more articles, but I will. Seems like a reasonable journalist, so I'll definitely highly recommend checking out Automation Media. We'll have that link in the description for those that are be viewing this later or viewing this on YouTube. Excuse me.
Like this is definitely interesting because, like you said, it's not done with an American American uh companies. It's like the reverse. Like they're pirating their own stuff, but using us as a medium, as a mediator.
I don't mean that happens. I just if I'm and I guess because let's see here. Excuse me. Like reading through like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Steel Ball Run, there are some copies out there of the volumes you can buy in English right now where things are not properly printed. Instead of like 1890, they have 1980. There is a 2-page spread where it's gyro and all the stuff he's getting for like the race. And it looks sloppy. It's like, oh, this is toothpaste. This is that, just all over, just kind of like blocking the majority of the art in a way. Very, very annoying. But then there are certain. I think volume 2, I believe I was reading, had a weird wording on a sentence, but I think that's the only mistake I ran across. Everything else seemed fine. But that's
Like,
why a
what
lot
is
of
it?
go ahead.
Okay, you're a manga reader. So what does a manga run nowadays? Because I don't really read the mangas too often.
Okay, for like a soft paperback, you're gonna get like $8 to maybe $12. Hardcovers go from like 20 to 25.
No, that's not bad pricing.
So most of the hardcovers kind of went up because of tariffs by like $5. So it varies on who you're buying from. Like I bought all of Demon Slayer last year on a sale for like $100. I almost bought Chainsaw Man volume 1 through 11 for like $50 because they did a big sale on the box set when the Reza movie came out on Amazon. So almost did, but I'm just gonna just pick it up volume by volume. I try to pick up stuff that is finished, basically, like Spice and Wolf technically is continuing, but for the arc the main story, it ends in volume like 17 light novels. So I've got like 9 books to go pick up, basically.
Mm, yeah, because they did just not too long ago announce the season 2 for the rebooted Spice and Wolf.
Yes, highly recommend too, by the way. It includes some stuff the earlier like 2005 run didn't have. It follows more closely to the manga. Anyways, but I mean, even like if you're but a lot of the fan translations are well done. They do better than some of the actual translations because, good lord, some of the translators they have try to insert ridiculous phrasing Like I've seen like Gen Z dialogue that just I promise you within the next year, we're gonna see the stupid meme 6-7 get put into a manga somewhere. And just
And I
saying
was just watching. I was just watching the anime before we got on here, and it was kind of crazy because one of the characters said, "Oh, it was one of the characters was going nuts," and they said, "Oh, she's crashing out now."
well, crashing out seems I mean, that's an understandable phrase, but when you're like,
Or when they said that they're gonna, if she keeps worrying like this, we're gonna start calling you Miss Karen.
that's fine. But like,
It's just those things. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say like sus is another one I've seen, but I'm not instead of saying suspicious, so I'm like, that's fine. You start throwing memes in there, like I have no idea
Like
what
I,
6-7 is. I've
it
hit
was
the
it was
go.
it was a TikTok meme started by like some kids in like I think in like middle school or high school at a basketball game. Cause they saw a basketball player. He came out and he was 6'7". One of the guys just said 6'7", and then that's kind of what spiraled it out.
I'm face palming right now. Now I understand because I thought it was like, oh, it's a six. I thought it was like the old joke. Six is afraid of seven, or why is six afraid of seven? Seven ain't nine. I thought it was something along those lines. Never mind.
No, it's kind of like just like anything you see that's kind of like saucy or anything like you just like it's 6'7", and like I'm like I don't get it, but I'm
I
old, so this ain't my generation.
You're older than me. I guess I've hit the line now. I don't know what the kids are into anymore. I'm the old man, which is fine.
He's out there yelling, "Get off my lawn!"
Oh, get off my lawn. I'm yelling at the clouds. Anyways, um, so what and I suggest this to everybody. I I don't suggest you use piracy sites. Always try to buy the official translations if you can. Just when you look to buy an official translated manga, make sure it doesn't have any publication errors like that, because that's why a lot of people go to pirate stuff. I mean, hell, you
Yeah,
can go and I suggest this. I need to go redo it. The Shonen Jump Weekly app. It's like I think it was $2 a month or something. It's something uber cheap, and you can read all the official um chapters when they come out. Shonona Jump is usually pretty good about their translations. Viz Media is pretty good. Was it Seven Seas? It's not too bad, but that just varies on who their translators are. A lot of these companies now are using AI to help translate. And
yeah,
to be fair, I mean I've used because I've been learning different AIs just to see what they're capable of, learning how to prompt correctly, and soon I'm going to like get into the multi-language of it and code these things. Um, Grok, I'm impressed with what Grok has done because when I ask for certain like statistics or something true or not, it's fairly accurate. I mean these are obviously more they're better than Google. They're the new Google standard, basically. I mean, Chat GPT is retarded. I'm dead serious. And I think that's just because of like how much information just gets interjected into it. It just gets dumb and evil, essentially. I know that's such a oversimplification of it, but I mean, reading about what it does to some users, and it's just ridiculous. But anyways, Grok's very good at translating things. I'll give it that because I've been teaching myself how to read Japanese and all that like over the past 2 years. I recognize about maybe half the Hanagiri and katana Hanagiri. That probably mispronounced that too. Anyways, half of both of those alphabets, I'll say, and can roughly read it in my head. And I was like, okay, what's the actual translation? And it's like that's a very good translation because I'll the one of the other translators I use is Deep L, which is probably one of the most accurate ones out there just for
yeah.
translating.
Like there's a lot of apps and stuff now you can put on your phone. Google's even got to the point now they have earbuds that can do live translation.
Yeah, I have meant to look into that, and I need to see if they're
Well,
worth buying or not.
I say it's not like it's new technology because I've seen other ones like this, but this is the first time like Google's come out and like, yeah, we got our own, and
Google,
that's the future.
yeah. Then again, we'll have a universal translator at some point.
Yeah,
But I mean,
that's the closest thing before we start injecting nano machines in our body that automatically just attach to our brain stems and translate everything for us.
how did you do that? Nanomachine, son. I couldn't resist. God, I need to
But it's
replay
like,
Metal Gear Rising. Anyways, go on.
but I, but I understand why because Crunchyroll, I think they laid off like what 2,000 people in the translation department, and I'm like, I kind of understand it because, like I said, you can use AI and you only need maybe like 20 people, 20 translators, good translators to basically just go over the AI and make sure it did everything it was supposed to do.
Yep. I mean, pretty much just you need, I would prefer it to be done by people. That's just me. Just just because a machine can't interpret certain things as much as you want to give it a machine to let it interpret. Is like, because when it comes to like the sentence structure of it, you know how like in English it starts with like the person went for a walk. The, which is desu, goes at like the end, but then you'll have like kono, which it's either this or that. I can't remember. Forgive me. It's, and then you'll have wall, which is like is, will be towards the beginning of the sentence. It's like the beginning, like the, that, or is at the end, but then you have like deska, which is the question. And but they don't outright say it. It's the way Japanese is spoken is kind of like you finish each other's sentences is really kind of weird to say.
Yeah,
But I can't really say that because I haven't really spoke to anybody with Japanese. So forgive me on that
like
part if I got that wrong.
it's definitely an interesting language to like pick it up, especially like certain things like I forgot what it was like you more familiar terms you would use with somebody compared to a formal terms you would use again if like you're meeting somebody for the first time you use a certain type of term but once you get to know them you switch to a different phrasing. It's like they have like like I said the language is interesting but it's kind of weird in how they structure things.
But there are some words that are very close to English, like television, it's television. Then there are some like Japanese words that have like 5 different meanings. So you'll have like a sentence of like that same word. And it's like, whenever in your life will you say that sentence? Anyways, now we're going to move on to a slightly different, a newer subject. Now, Mr. Chris is more familiar with these, with this, excuse me, this anime streaming site called High Dive. I'm not too familiar with it. I'm more familiar with Crunchyroll and Retro Crush. But High Dive is like the newest one on the scene. It's what started earlier this year.
No, it's been out for a while.
For about how many years
Like
now?
uh I think when I had it was I had it back in 2019.
Okay, so it's been around for a while. Okay.
Yeah, it's been out for like it's more of a like High Dive is more like a niche anime website. Like you're gonna find a lot of stuff that you wouldn't normally find on Crunchyroll. It's like a lot of specifically niche shows.
Now here's
And
an
they kind of
example.
just go ahead.
I was gonna say, here's an example of some shows. Now I have seen Call of the Night on Crunchyroll, if I'm not mistaken. I believe Yandere Dark Elf is there as well. But depending on who picks up the licensing contract, because you mentioned this at some point, the anime, which is Osho no Ko, this one
Mm-hmm.
right here, it it is one of the big premieres on here. Like I believe Call of the Night is one of their bigger premieres on this side as well.
Yeah.
But season 1 and season 2 of Oshinoko is over here, but season 3 is going to start streaming on Crunchyroll. Now, will they get season 1 and season 2 as well?
They haven't made an announcement of that. They've only made the announcement that they'll have season 3, and it was kind of weird to me because High Dive didn't even announce that. So it kind of like, okay, well, maybe they've lost the license to Onikoshi. And I said, well, if they've lost the license, most likely Crunchyroll is going to want those 2 seasons. But since High Dive basically licensed and paid for those 2 seasons, they don't have to give them up. So
Now,
it's
anyways,
like,
it just depends because I mean, contracts can always be renegotiated at any point in time.
oh no, I'm pretty sure if Crunchyroll wants those 2 seasons, they'll cut a check. And it wasn't that High Dive will send them over. But right now is the 2 seasons are over here on High Dive, the 3rd season is over there. So it's like it's gonna kind of help because like people who might not have seen the show might see the 3rd season and be like, well, I want to see the first 2 seasons. Well, you got to come over here to High Dive to see it.
Yeah, it's a fight for streaming services at this point. Like, is it wrong to try to pick up Girls in a Dungeon? I remember seeing that on Hulu at one point. Then I've seen it on Netflix. And I think Crunchyroll got a hold of it. Vampire D's been everywhere. Ninja Scroll's been on Retro Crush. Akame ga Kill has been on Crunchyroll. A Made in Abyss was, and I believe it's also been on Netflix.
Nope. Call of the Night is not on Crunchyroll.
No, I didn't say that was. I
Oh,
was
which one
saying
were you
like Made in
saying?
Abyss.
Oh no, you had said that one, and there was another one.
Akame ga Kill.
Yeah, I think that was on Crunchyroll. I don't know if it's still there anymore.
I know. Is it wrong to pick up, or is it blah blah blah? I hate these long title names. You freaking people need a couple shorter titles, damn it. But is it wrong to pick up Girls in a Dungeon? It was definitely on Netflix at one point. I don't know if it's still there or not. And then Amazon.
Season 1 of it is on Crunchyroll.
They might still have controlled like certain seasons on there, like G Quacks. You thought that appeared on Amazon Prime. I thought that was going to appear on like Crunchyroll or something, but it's exclusively on Amazon Prime. But well, I mean, go ahead.
See, that's the problem that's going to start popping up because Amazon Prime and Netflix both have basically tipped their head and both have said they're going to start licensing more anime. So it's not going to be like a 4-way war for titles.
Yeah, it's going to be nutty. Like High Dive's kind of like one of the lesser ones.
Yeah, like I was talking to you the other day about it. Like High Dive yearly revenue is not that high in comparison to Crunchyroll. Because I think because I looked it up, it's 6.1 million for High Dive yearly, compared to Crunchyroll, which is 293.7 million a year. And that is a huge disparity.
Yeah.
Yeah, and people say, well, why can Crunchyroll get away with it? Because Crunchyroll has the most money, so they can license way more stuff than High Dive. Because High Dive only licenses, like I said, maybe like 2 animes a year. And then they've had a string of hits as of late with like Vermilion and Gold, Onikoshi, Call of the Night, Girls in the Dungeon. It was another one too, Yo Boy Kongman. That one got super popular. Like they've started having some hit shows
up there as well.
Yeah, like they started having some hits, and they did see a huge spike when that first season of the Onikoshi on the Onikoshi, but however you pronounce that show. They posted they had a huge spike in like memberships when that show came out. So maybe things might change, but I can't remember what the studio was that animated it. 'Cause I think that's where the problem lies at. Because I believe they were unhappy with the viewership of it. Cause I think they looked at it like we're not. This show is really popular here, but we're not getting the views that we would be getting if it was over on Crunchyroll. And that studio, I believe, already it was reported they already had ties to Sony, and with Sony now owning Crunchyroll, you kind of could see like the backroom deal might have been going on there.
Yeah. I will say this is a bit cheaper than Crunchyroll. And we'll look at Crunchyroll in just a moment. Monthly $6.99. And then for the whole year, it's only $70. I mean, you get offline viewing downloads. Let's see, you get it's simulcast. See, that's
Well,
which is
yeah,
nice.
that I'm about to say there's simulcast. They do have simulcast, but it's it's very it's very few shows.
Well, I mean, they don't have. Obviously, I can't see the full catalog because I'm not even logged in on this site, and I'm not going to go create an account just to do that. But considering the catalog on this site versus Crunchyroll, that's kind of obvious, which is interesting.
Like
Which
that,
go ahead.
like they have a solid catalog of like even older anime. Like you saw like Ninja Scroll stuff like that. They have older anime on there.
Right.
Like it's a lot of stuff. They have a solid catalog, but a lot of fans don't really care to go back and watch the old stuff. They just want to see the new stuff.
It just depends on the generation. I know what was it that group, the anime men or whatever, they were rating animes. They were like disrespecting the old ones. Like, brother, you don't have to be like, you don't have to like the old stuff, but at least give it the respect it deserves because without it, you wouldn't have what you have
Have
now.
Demon Slayer. You wouldn't have a Demon Slayer. You wouldn't have
Death
Spy X
Note,
Family.
you
Like
wouldn't
people don't really understand like how much work 80s, 90s, and early 2000 anime did to make this genre so popular.
pretty much. And if it wasn't for certain companies that like Toonami, Toonami caused many things to be popular over here. Like before we got Dragon Ball, it was dubbed in Spanish. So there were some people I remember reading about, they were learning Spanish just to watch Dragon Ball, which I don't blame them. I mean, Dragon
Yeah,
Ball is a good show. Now, the mangas are more fun to read. That's just me. I'm just always kind of
yeah.
a physical media guy. Now, to jump back over Crunchyroll, Crunchyroll has a very interesting catalog. We'll go look here. These are your all-time big hits right now: One Piece, My Hero Academia, Kaiju number 8, Dan Da Dan, The Water Magician. That's on my watch list. I don't know if
Yeah.
I'll watch it or not.
Dr.
Doctor
Stone. Dr.
Stone.
Stone got a Dr. Stone got kind of lame.
Yeah, I kind of like after the first season, I just didn't care for it. Interesting show, just didn't go well for me. The Shield Hero actually got kind of better now to me. This
My
go ahead. My
I'm about
dress
to
up
say
darling's
my
really
dress up
good.
darling.
This was one that I don't. God Almighty, these long names, they kill me with this. Just keep it simple. Use the KISS method. The KISS method. Use the KISS method. Keep it simple, stud. But the Apocalypse Bringer, Mod Monasteria, Wood Conquest starts with the civilization of ruin. Regardless of how long that name, it's actually pretty good and reminds me of the Rising of the Shield Hero. But this god awful
Like it's
long
on
name
my
is killing
it's a,
me.
it's on my watch list. I haven't gotten to it yet.
I'm not familiar with this one. This kills me. I was
Oh yeah, that one's it's more so a recent one that's gotten really popular.
I
Like
might
I've seen a lot of it on X and Instagram.
I might watch it. I might. And let's see, here's some other big ones. Scooped up by an S rank adventurer. Uh, to Your Eternity. I'm not familiar with this one. Now, this one, To Be a Hero X, really shot all. And then you have New Saga, I'm not familiar with. Lord of Mysteries. I remember reading about this, but the synopsis didn't catch me. I'm not familiar with this one. Let's see. Now this was funny. Funny to me. Ugly Mug Epic Fighter. This is literally just the ugly bastard got sent to a world. Not going to get any further into that.
Yeah, could you make me hot in another world? No, I gotta still be ugly.
Yep. Here's your favorite. Rent a Girlfriend.
Yeah, it's got its own problems. We don't need to get into that one.
Betrothed to My Sister's Ex. Oh my god. Whatever.
No, that name just turned me off.
There's some really bad ones we won't get into. Let's see, a couple of cuckoos. That seems interesting.
It's okay.
Oh dear.
Like the first season was decent, and then the second season is kind of really boring.
I'm not familiar. Now, I'm familiar with Kingdom. Kingdom's on like its sixth season, but it's on my watch list. The Shy Hero and the Assassin's Princess, I think came out not too long ago. It's been getting steadily popular.
I say there's your favorite show.
What, Reborn as a Vending Machine and Now I Wonder
Mm.
the Dungeon? When I read
Mm-hmm.
that title some years back, I was like, this has to be a joke. No, we're anything that literally any concept becomes an isekai now, and just because
And
there's just
this is why anime is trash nowadays.
okay, anime is not trash. It's just the damn subject matter becomes trash.
Nah, I didn't say anime, which I said this is why some animes are trash nowadays because now they're just because the industry has gotten so big. It's like they're just in a rush to license anything.
Yeah.
And
And I will say Sword Art Online, besides, I think that time I got reincarnated as a sign really kicked off isekai stuff. But some of these, I mean, the catalog you're
I
seeing here
say,
for Crunchyroll is ridiculous.
yeah, SAO seasons 1 and 2 are good. After that, stop.
Now, this is on the watch list. Ryu Rocks. If it wasn't for like Spice and Wolf, I wouldn't have cared about economics. Ryu Rocks has got me interested in geology. And so I've been like looking up a bunch of stuff. Now, I am not familiar with Anne Shirley. I wonder if this is a movie.
I'm not sure. The cover art didn't interest me.
It's very reminiscent of the 1920s or earlier, that 1800s almost. Now, we will go up to their plans, their pricing. Now, Black Friday sale, 1 year off, $100. Now, I had Crunchyroll for when they first not when they really started out as a piracy site. Yes, Crunchyroll originally was quote unquote a piracy site. They won't admit to that, but I won't go any further into that. But you can, and I believe their lie in the very beginning when they were giving it. They said they were giving the money to the studios. They were not. They went and did High Guardian Spies. That got canceled really fast. They made some like two trashy shows. They tried to make on their own.
Yeah, I think they were. I think they were doing it, but then they said, "Shoot, we can be like Netflix. We can start making our own shows, and then we can pay ourselves." And then when they finally showed it off, they got such a huge backlash from the community. They kind of like, okay, we'll back off that.
Now, mind you, High Dive is, I mean, smaller catalog. It's not as big. You can only get 2 devices if you pay out for the yearly. On here, you get for just your monthly $11.99. Go stream up to 4 devices, access to Crunchyroll to the game site. But on all of these, you get a discount in their store. They also sell anime figures and all that. I don't know if High Dive will ever get
And
that.
manga. Like you can get, like, when you go to the next tier, you get access to that manga vault, which means you can read the digital mangas.
Yeah, all right. But
And what's the name, when it comes to the device thing, like when they say you can only stream to like 2 devices, they mean you can only stream it simultaneously to 2 different devices. Like you could be in 2 different rooms streaming. Somebody could be streaming something on one side and you can be streaming something on the other side. But you can have it on pretty much every device, because I have it on my phone. It's on all 3 TVs in my house. It's on my PC, and I just switch in between all of them. Like if I wanted to add somebody onto my account, I can still add another person onto my account, and and the price would still stay the same.
pretty much, there's no change in that.
Like it just depends on what do you want.
Yeah,
Like, because me personally, I'm at the lowest tier. I'm just at the fan tier because I just want to watch the shows and have access to their library. I don't really too much care about reading the mangas, because if I want to read the manga, I would just go buy it. But I just want to have, I don't want to watch ads when I'm watching my anime, and I just want to have full access to your library. That's it. So that's why I say that plan is good for me, because it works for what I need.
I mean, if you want these other things, they're nice to have. I quit using their services years ago because after that whole debacle with High Spice Guardian, and my credit card kept getting stolen. I didn't know where else to really think about, and the only other place, and I mean, I make strong password. I'll write out almost a 24-character password if there's no limit.
You're not following your own advice. You're
And
not
what is
doing the
that?
kiss method.
No, these are simple things I can configure in my own head. That's not hard for me. I can remember up to like 50, almost to 100 passwords if need be. I got to do that between my own personal stuff and work. Because some people don't understand. I write it down for them. They're like, what's the password for this? And it's like, it's not password 1234, I promise you.
Yeah. Like
But
I can understand why people don't like Crunchyroll, because they have done some scummy business tactics here and there, and did some things that really like ticked off the community.
here and there, they've been doing it since their inception, man.
I just say I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt. So like I say, when people
You
say
can
they just don't like, I'll go ahead.
I was gonna say you can only trust them as far as you can throw them. You can't even throw them.
Oh no, I don't trust them like that. Like I like I say, I'm the only person that has the password. I say my niece, I might add her on there because she's in college and she wants to watch anime all the time. So I'm like, whatever, I could just add you on
No, like
to
I
my thing.
had strong passwords and I rechanged them like 3 different times. My credit card information. This was like one of the only few places I had my credit card information. Like I only have my credit card in like one place now that I have. But the only other place it was getting stole from is Crunchyroll. That's the only place I could think of.
But
Well,
like I can't really say, because the thing, since I've been on them, I've never had a data breach like that. But then my bank is like super strict on stuff. Like me and my wife went to Atlanta, and I used my credit card to buy something at the gift shop at the hotel, and they sent me an email before I could even get back to the room, asking me about this charge, and pretty much had locked my credit card because I was spending money in Atlanta, and they didn't know if it was me or not.
let's see, what was it? Someone tried to buy a ring with my card one time. I was over near $2,000, and it wouldn't go through because obviously I'm not in like North Carolina. My bank is good like that. Because I would call if I'm going out of state like that.
Yeah. But I really feel like high dive might not be either they're not going to be around for too much longer, or they're just going to kind of just stay in this smaller pond that they're in, or the thing that everybody fears is going to happen, which is Crunchyroll is either going to merge with them or partner with them.
I just
And
can't
then
see it.
and then if that was to happen, then yeah, then Crunchyroll would have a monopoly on anime.
No, because there's still Retro Crush and there's probably a few other streaming services we're not speaking of.
You can say not high dive, but retro quest. But retro quest doesn't deal in like modern anime. They deal in like the older anime. And even when you're talking about
You have
Netflix
Netflix
and
and Amazon Prime still, because they
yeah, but even
really hammered out onto anime as well.
yeah, they're jumping on it. But I think with Amazon Prime, they pretty much have a Crunchyroll channel on their thing. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna just say, "Hey, man, just fully partner with us." That's what I'm saying. It's gonna get to a point in time where they're just gonna just all be combined. It's all gonna be on the one roof. And then it's gonna, or if they're not on the one roof, it's gonna be like we'll leave like one or two out here so we can say we're not a monopoly. But come on, you'll still be able to get it over here too if you want it. And I know you, and I you say, oh, well, oh, I'm against. I'm like, I'm not against piracy. I'll be honest with you,
Here's
because I
my
think
here's my big stance. And like I said when I butchered Gabe's quote or whatever. The only reason I will, if I have to, and there's no other choice, I cannot find. Let's see, what's an old show no one really remembered,
you
or
don't even have
they
to go that far. You can go with Crunchyroll right now because they deleted a lot of animes off there, like Claymore. Like you can't even get it on there, so you can't even get Claymore
there
legally anymore.
there's a good example. You could probably buy the Blu-ray. There's probably some Blu-ray
Have you checked out the prices of those Blu-rays for Claymore?
because they're not in print anymore. They're probably like $300.
Yeah,
Yeah, because like G Gundam, I'm trying to find a set right now. I'm not trying to spend over $1,000. Oh, hey, here you go. Oh, that's the box set. I need the damn. Give me a second here. Uh, Blue. It's looking like $50. Then again, that's the DVD, Blu-ray. I don't. So let's see the options here. Not of it. Oh, $400. If that.
for G
And,
Gundam.
G Gun was like $1,000. That's it, and that's if you're going for like the right stuff, like um right stuff collector's edition even, but just the box sets alone are like $300 $400 for part one and part two. It's insane. That's stupid. Stupid aftermarket.
Yep. Right now, ooh, Jesus, these are crazy prices.
By the way,
They have got to be.
I'm looking through
I'm
Amazon
looking.
right now for some of the, let y'all
Uh,
know.
oh no, the Claymore Collector's Edition Blu-ray set, $885
Where are you looking at?
on Amazon.
Jesus. Let's see what eBay says, just for the hell of it.
You can get a cheaper one for $424.
Claymore, God, is from 2010. No damn wonders. 320 Claymore Blu-ray. It's like a special edition Blu-ray box sets. 425. Oh, just no.
And this is why I say I'm not against piracy, because the fact that they can just remove something like Claymore and you just like you can't just find it anywhere, and the DVDs are too expensive to buy.
I I,
Like,
I don't blame people for doing what they have to do if they want to watch something. I'm not going to be mad about it, but I'm like, if if the
I'm,
publishers and everything would understand the customer base a bit more, we wouldn't have this. That's why, like in gaming, Steam is like the most beloved company in platform. It's because they care about the customer.
but this, I think anime fans right now are going through something that comic book fans went through, or going through currently.
And what's
where
that?
you had where you had a where all of a sudden Iron Man came in 2008, the MCU explodes. All of a sudden, all these normies come rushing in. It gets huge for 10 years, and then all of a sudden, it just falls off the map. And I think right now we're in that 10-year boom where now you got all these people coming in, and now the business is making. I think the industry itself, like the anime industry itself, is like over $1 billion yearly. And the more and more like I was telling you, the more and more popular it gets, the more and more these companies are going to put a stranglehold on piracy sites. Now they're
They
going to
can.
leave a couple. They're going to leave a couple of those piracy sites alone because they're going to let a couple of them survive, because they know just as well as I do, piracy is good. It has its good and its bad, because it'll get people to watch your show and go buy the merchandise. So you'll let a couple of them survive, but for the majority of them, they're gonna pretty much put their foot in them.
Hey, they can try. Well, we'll see. I'm not, and I mean, they'll always be around. But I
Yeah,
mean,
they're
if they
like I say,
would, if my biggest thing is, I always say, as long as they care about their customer, they won't have, there won't be any piracy sites or anything. That's all they have to do is care about their customer.
yeah,
But that just
it's always
varies.
gonna be our piracy sites, because
But
there's always, because I've seen videos of people like I like they just feel like I shouldn't have to pay for it. And this is there are people out there that just feel like I shouldn't have to pay for it. So there's always going to be a piracy site out there.
I
I'm just
will
saying it's go
go
ahead.
ahead. Oh no, I was gonna say, I will never have a problem paying for something as long as one, the business knows and understands what's going on, especially like, okay, you're new, you're sending stuff overseas, you don't know what's going on, you need to make sure you keep an eye on your IP. It's
Which
one of
they have started doing now, because a lot of the studios basically like they're pulling a lot of their American studios out, and like no, we're gonna keep a close eye on how y'all are translating our stuff and how y'all are presenting our stuff, because they it's starting to get back to them, some of the stuff they're putting in these shows and changing translations to fit their certain narratives.
yeah, because oh boy, that has not gone over well with some fans. And what was it? I forget the title of the darn book,
The
but it
the dragon one,
no, it
something
wasn't.
something dragon maids.
No, it wasn't Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. It was another one where it's like this translator was trying to make a boy trans, even though I was like, I, it's like I dressed up like my friend as a girl or whatever. I can't remember the name, but I know it's one I know women like in particular, and it got translated badly with all this weird political crap. They're like, "Oh, this boy's trans now." I was like, "No. This is not the original intent of the story. You're changing the story completely by screwing up the translation. You should not be doing that. That's disrespecting the author's work. You need to translate it correctly." My God.
Yeah. And that's why you're starting to see a lot of these authors, even like that article I sent you from the creator of Gundam, where he's like, he basically just he basically just said these newer Gundam series that are coming out are trash. He does not like them.
Yeah, he's not in particularly too happy. It's definitely gone from like the main like war is bad, pretty much is like what the show represents. But I mean, it's selling model kits and everything too.
Yeah, but I knew that when the moment I saw Gundam Bill Fighters, I'm like, it's over.
I
It's
I
over
t-
with.
I take back what I said about Gundam Bill Fighter because there it does have some good moments. I will give it that.
Yeah, but it's like Witch from Mercury though. It's that Gundam has always kind of been very political, going into like deeper themes of war and the gray area in war and people in war. To all of a sudden now, Witch from Mercury, we got Gundams in high school.
Yeah, that's why I really appreciate Iron Blooded Orphans because they and God, what is the name of the writer? And she holds nothing back too. Like when someone dies, it's tragic as hell. But I mean, like Iron Blooded Orphans is about child soldiers basically on bars, and they have to go basically fight for their own freedom.
Yeah. And I'm not a big fan of Iron Blooded Orphan as Mr. Jeshua, but I think it still is a solid show. It's not
I,
really my cup of tea.
I'm just saying because they're not concentrating like beam weapons, and it's more like when you see Gundam Barbatos like swing the giant mace, you're gonna you feel the weight of that to a degree, and that's some mecha animes miss that. But anyways, just please be smart when you're out and about doing things. Don't pirate things. We don't really condone that here. I know he says I don't know this man. I don't associate with him. I don't want to be. I don't want to. I don't want legal trouble. Damn it.
When
But
I
anyway,
you gotta get a VPN.
I'm
Even
gonna
though
get
I would tell
arrested.
you,
I'm gonna get
even though I
arrested
would
by
tell
Disney
you,
because of you.
even though I would tell you, because my uncle worked in the high levels of the Pentagon, and he basically told me that VPN crap don't work. If they want to see through that junk, they can.
Oh yeah. Oh, your IPS can.
Yeah, it's like they if they don't, they just don't care. It's like a lot of people is like, well, all these people get away with stuff. Like he like if the government or these if they want you found, they'll find you. If they don't want you found, because we don't want to find you. That's the
And
only thing.
it's like all these conventions you go to, like the anime conventions that sell all these like Pokemon plushies that are not officially licensed. Oh man, Nintendo would have a field day with them. But as much money as they would have to spend to get them to court, it's not worth it. They'll
Well,
never.
they did it to old boy when he did a 3D print up of the Switch too.
There was some kid. Where was this kid at? He made a Game Boy out of cardboard. I don't know if that was real or not. But then again, Nintendo really has gone after people. They will go after you. If not
New
just
management.
the Nintendo ninjas knew.
But
But
it like my thing with the piracy site, why the companies are coming at them a lot harder now is
newer anime
because
fans.
not that
No, it
is
is
that
part of
a lot
that.
of these probably maybe so. I think it more so because these piracy sites, I'll be honest with you, they've gotten bold with just basically flipping these companies off in the face to the point where they got logos, they got advertisements. You're literally just flipping the bird to them in their face and saying, "What are you going to do?" And they kind of been doing that for a while now.
And some of them have ripped directly from like Netflix and other places. So oh, they're definitely coming for them. The time is numbered. But we'll see what the next, I'll say 5 years holds.
You know, like I said, I predict that Crunchyroll is probably going to absorb. It's probably going to absorb High Dive. I think they might do something with Retro Crush because I'm not sure how much. Because I know Retro Crush, I think is like $4.99. I think when I had, because I was like one of the first people when they first rolled out their ad tier that actually had it, because there was a lot of good stuff and they were like egregious with the ads. I mean, you're trying to watch a movie and it's stopping like every 20 minutes and showing you 4 or 5 ads. So as soon as they said if you want to go ad free, pay $5, I'm like, yes, please.
Remember, don't compile like 50 different stream uh services and you have like $300 you got to pay every month. Some people do that. Oh
Well,
my
this is what
goodness.
we this oh god, this is what we got away from cable for.
And now
But
we
now it
have the
just
new
turned into
cable.
this.
You were the chosen one. Why did
And
you
I'm
go
like,
down this path?
and I was sitting there thinking about it, like, this is why we got away from cable, so we wouldn't have to be paying all these outrageous prices. Now it's like if to get all the streaming services, if you were to get like every streaming services, you would be almost like, I think at like 200 some dollars.
Oh, it's more than that,
I'm like,
man.
we're right back at cable again.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. But that's all I got to say on it. Anything else you got to say on it, Mr. Chris?
No, I'm pretty good.
Well, folks, be responsible out there. That's all I can say. Other than that, y'all have a good day.